We're going to talk about all of the millions of unclaimed benefits out there. So, this is a live broadcast. After we finish this segment, I'm going to go ahead and open it up for about 45 minutes and answer all your questions on all things retirement, disability, survivor benefits, Medicare, Medicaid, and all the rest of it. All right, so let's get right into it. If you're watching this later, make sure you subscribe, and that way you can find us again in the future if you do have any questions. All right, so there are millions of dollars of unclaimed benefits out there. How do I know? Well, I've been doing these videos for a while. Started my YouTube voyage a little over a year ago. I've been doing lives pretty much every day for the past couple of months, I think. And we have found millions of dollars for people across the country. So you, your family, friends, relative, co-workers, neighbors, I almost guarantee there's someone out there that you know that is not receiving the correct amount of benefits or the right program. And so we're going to make you a hero here today by helping you help those people. And so we're going to show you how to get that money and benefits, and how to protect yourself from scams. So this is my new mission in life, is to help you get all the benefits you and your family and friends are eligible for. uh, I ran the third busiest Social Security office in the country. I was just manager of the Social Security. Before that, I worked for the Department of Social Services doing Medicaid, food stamps. And many moons ago, I was a sergeant in the Marine Corps when I think I had less hair as a sergeant in the Marine Corps than I do now. It's unbelievable, but reality is reality. All right. Why are so many people missing Social Security benefits? Why are they getting the wrong amount in their check? Why are they getting the wrong check in terms of the program? Well, number one is they're unaware that there's other programs out there, and I'll get into some of those today. I've got over 400 videos detailing the excruciating details of all things government bureaucracy, but it's just people are unaware. They are providing incorrect or incomplete information by Social Security. Right now, Social Security is at a 27-year low staffing. So they are having a very difficult time just trying to help the people that are coming in the door, and they do a terrible job at advertising. And there's just too many internet scams out there, hypes, and there's actually another one today. Um, some YouTubers and TikTokers are talking about there's going to be an extra $600 check for June, and the Social Security. If you go to ssa.gov, you can see on the top of the website they address that. They say no, there's no $600 check. So there's just so much misinformation out there that people just don't get the information they need, and they miss their benefits. And what type of examples we're talking about? We're talking about early retirement, delayed retirement, spouse benefits. A lot of people miss money on spouse benefits. A lot of people miss money on divorced spouse benefits. Children's benefits, disabled before the age of 22, before the age of 18, still in school. Surviving spouse benefits, a lot of money being missed by surviving spouse. Disabled, lots of money on disability. Medicare savings program to help you pay for your Medicare Part B premium, the low income subsidy, independently entitled divorced spouse, continuing disability reviews, COLA, delayed retirement credits, voluntary delayed retirement credits, dual entitlement. It just goes on and on and on and on. There's over 20,000 pages of Social Security policy. So if you have insomnia, that's a quick solve for that. Just type in SSA POMS, POMS, and you can read all 20,000 pages. And good luck. I've done it more times than I would like to consider. But yeah, it's just so much policy out there, and there's so many exceptions to the exceptions, and things change. People go in and they look for divorce spouse benefits or spouse benefits or any other type of children benefits, and they say at that particular time, oh, you're not eligible, and they think they're not eligible for the rest of their life. Well, no, situations change, previous spouses pass away, or they make more money, or become disabled, or whatever the case may be. So situations change, and people are losing just way too much money. 10 million. Again, we've already found over the last few months millions and millions of dollars. It's interesting that you've got these channels out there. They get millions of views when they go out and hand out a suitcase full of $100,000, and they get millions of views. But we do that pretty much several times a week here, and so this is what we need your help with. So I've made hundreds of videos. I think I'm over 400 videos on all things Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. I've just expanded into the Affordable Care Act, and I've been doing live Q&As. So because there's so many exceptions to the exceptions to the exceptions on all policy, I've been doing live Q&As where people come in and say, well, what about my particular situation? What about my particular situation? What should I do? So we are helping them, but we're only scratching the surface. I think a few of my videos have done well, but most of those 400 videos has only gotten a few thousand, maybe 10,000 or so views. So that's what I'm here to appeal to you today. And so how this works is we provide the information to the people out there, to as many people as we can, and this is where I need your help. I can help them see if they're eligible. I can tell about the eligibility. I can tell them tips, tricks, and secrets based on my decades of inside experience. I can show them how to get possibly retroactive benefits, back pay, because Social Security dropped the ball. I can tell them how to file for those benefits. I can tell them how to avoid the mistakes. I can give them the policy reference. Unfortunately, that's one of the things I'm doing more and more recently. Is I tell people, okay, in your particular case, you can go into Social Security and you can apply for these benefits. They go into the local Social Security office, and because there's so many new employees there, and the people at the front windows are not specialists in all fields, they are telling them no, you can't get that. So I'm having to provide them with the actual policy reference so they can go back in there and get the benefits. Yeah, I shouldn't have to do that. We shouldn't have to do that. Social Security should know, but that is the reality. So the weakest link on all of this is getting that program information out there. So to people that need it, it is definitely needed. All you have to do is the channel I have here. We're doing pretty good. We've gotten 500,000 new views on our videos the last 30 days. So 500,000 views, that's pretty good. But considering there's 70 million people on Social Security, so if we're able to reach out to 500,000 people a month, we're going to be here for decades, until we reach even scratch the surface. So we really need your help to get that information out there to your family, friends, relative, post it on Facebook and community centers and your workplace, any place. And it doesn't matter if those people are currently receiving benefits. We can make sure their check is correct in terms of military time. They've checked their earnings record. Maybe they shouldn't be receiving retirement benefits. They should be receiving disability benefits, or they shouldn't be receiving disability benefits. They should be receiving survivor and spouse benefits. So this is the information that they really need to know, that I need your help to get out there. So how do you do that? Is you do the old share, like, comment, subscribe, contact your local news station, send them this video. I'd be more than happy to do interviews on any local station throughout the country. If you have influencers, those, people that get millions of views, cat videos or, whatever, we're helping so many people across the country, and, giving out suitcases full of $100,000. That's a regular Tuesday here. So you're famous. If you have any famous friends or relatives, retweet us, or whatever you can do. I really I need your help. I'm terrible at YouTube. I'm good at the policy, at all the policy. I can help people, but I'm really lacking in getting this information out there. And this also helps in terms of scams, because again, like that $600 scam, that people have seen recently, they believe that, and they go into a local Social Security office, and it's untrue. They should never go in there, because there is no $600 extra money coming in. But they call Social Security, go into the local office, and that wastes everybody's time. The staff is already at a very, very low, and they need to be helping people with retirement and surviving spouse and disability. But they're spending all their time talking about some, crazy internet myth going on. So, because there's so much misinformation and myths and hype and clickbait out there, it's making a lot of people susceptible. They think that, is my check correct? You see this stuff on the internet, and they start clicking this thing, and you don't know whether it's a malicious website, it's a phishing website. So you've got people are wondering whether they're getting the benefits they're entitled to, and they go out there and, become targets for people trying to essentially rip them off and steal their information. So if they are able to hear it from someone that actually has experience and expertise and been doing this for a few decades, at least it gives them the peace of mind that, okay, all right, my check is correct. I've done everything correctly. I've checked this. I've checked this. I'm all good. I can go on with my life, and they have peace of mind. So that is extremely important. So we will eventually reach out. I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep doing lives on a on a regular basis. Um, I'm probably on my 40, 50th. Every single day I've been doing about 40 or 50 days live Q&As. But in the meantime, it's going to take me a few years to even reach, a small percent of those 70 million people. And during that time, there's going to be so many people that need that money that are going to lose that money, because they, after a year or two, they can't go back anymore and reclaim that benefits. They should have, filed this particular claim instead of that particular claim. So they're going to lose benefits for the rest of their lives. So it's important that we get this information out to people that need it as soon as possible. So please, seniors, disabled, children, they're struggling nationwide, and they need your help. So anything you can do, any kind of recommendations you can do to help us get this information out there, highly, highly appreciated. So let's get together and find those millions of dollars for people throughout the country, and hopefully we can help you. Hopefully we can find some money for you and your immediate family and everybody else around you. Okay, so I always like to keep daily topics down to under about 15 minutes or so, and I think we did. And so that was my that was my appeal to everybody, to help. All right, so let's go ahead and move over into the question and answer period and actually see how much money we can find for anybody today. All right, let's see here. First up is Fusty Gaming. Okay. If you can make $1,200 to $1,500 work week on SSDI, will they take your benefits away? Yes. If you're actually working, so this is earned income. This is not unearned income from a pension or anything like that, but this is actually earned income. Yes. SSDI, Social Security Disability Insurance. You have the SGA. But if this is your first 9 months, the trial work period, and these 9 months don't have to be consecutive. It's called a trial work period. Social Security says, hey, we'd like to have people, get off disability and get back to work. They make more money. They're happier, all the rest of it. So we will give them an opportunity to try work. So their trial work period. So for 9 months, again, it doesn't have to be consecutive. Over a 5-year period, any of those 9 months, you go over the SGA, which is this year's $1,550, then you've triggered, well, actually for the trial work period, it's $1,110. You trigger the month. So trial work period, 9 months, you can make $1 billion a month for those 9 months. And if you're able to continue making good money, then you just stop your Social Security benefits. And you can also switch into what's called an extended period of eligibility. After the 9 months, you have 36 months of extended period of eligibility. That's when that SGA kicks in. So anything over $1,550 is considered a month that they're going to stop your benefits for that particular month for 36 months. So if you're making $1,200, $1,500 a week, yes, for 9 months. After that, then no, your check is going to stop. Your Medicare will continue. There are some exceptions on continuing Medicare if you're still disabled, but you're working through your disability and doing work, then your Medicare will continue. So there we go. We found this person is now able to go back to work and make a couple $1,000s a month to see if they're able to go back to work. And I guess we've just found some money for some people there. In yesterday's show, you said this couple. All right. Hello, folks. Like, hey, Imaginator, what's up? Tim, July 25th is FRA. How much can I earn on SSDI till then? Okay, so July 2025, it's the same as I just said. If you haven't used those trial work months, then you can make all the money in the world for 9 months. And by that time, it sounds like you're going to be pretty much close to your full retirement age. And remember, when you're on disability, SSDI, once you reach your full retirement age, you are no longer on disability. So starting July 2025, you no longer have any CDRs, the continuing disability reviews. You no longer have any limitations, trial work periods, EPEs, none of that. You have none of that. You are completely free to do whatever you want because you are on regular retirement. Everything stays the same. Your check stays the same. Your pay date stays the same. Your Medicare stays the same and everything. So you are good. Dr. Weir, did I understand you correctly that the first year of taking Social Security along with working is kind of forgiven? I am the middle of the year and will receive my Social Security July 10th. Okay, are we talking retirement benefits? If we're talking, I think retirement benefits here. So the first year you start your retirement benefits, it's not the annual earnings limit. They can switch it to a monthly. So if you're going to start your benefits July, as long as you stay under $1,860 starting July and until the end of the year, you're good. If you made $1 billion, I always say $1 billion because it's easy to, anyway, if you make $1 billion from January till June, it doesn't matter. Obviously that's over the annual earnings limit of $22,320, but it doesn't matter because you made that before you started Social Security. So Social Security only cares about how much you're going to make once you start your checks. So as long as you're under 1860, which is 22,320 divided by 12, as long as you're under that, you can, make that and collect your Social Security benefits, and nothing is withheld for that first year. Next year, you have to stay on your annual earnings limit. There is no monthly. It's only the first year. So, all right, let's see. SSI did not stop my monthly checks due to going over SGA. Unless they are billing me for 1.5 years worth of earnings. If I do try and go back to work full time, are they going to ding me again somehow? They were billing me for 1.5 years of earnings. So you did possibly go over even after your trial work period. Yeah, the only way they could, say that you went over and are charging you 1.5 years of those earnings is if you went over even after your trial work period and all the rest of it. Should I cut down on my working hours now? No, not until July. It doesn't matter. Again, starting July, that's when your check starts in July, even though your July check comes in August. And then let's see here. You said July 10th, was it, or something? So if you're on the 10th, you'll get paid on the second Wednesday of the month. Yeah, July 10th. So first 10 days gets paid on the second Wednesday of the month. So you get your first check August 10th, but you have to stay under $1,860 starting in July. Esther, I am glad I was able to catch you. I am new to your channel. Hey, welcome, Esther. And really find your videos informative. Long story short, my husband started collecting Social Security disability at 61. I will be 62 in March. If I wait till 62 and a half, what do you think I can collect? All right. So So you're currently married, so you have to file for benefits on your own record first. So you have to start your benefits, and then you can collect up to 50% of his full benefit amount, his PIA, his primary insurance amount, which because he's receiving disability, that's how much his check is. Um, so yeah, if yours is less than half of his, you can collect benefits on his record as well. So if you want to go ahead and get the money started, at 62, you can go ahead and file for benefits on your own record, and then at that time, check spouse benefits. And because you're gonna just as retirement on your own, you're gonna be reduced because you're taking your money early. When you take spouse benefits early, you're reduced as well. But if you need the money, you need the money. And so start your benefits and then at the same time say, hey, my husband's also receiving benefits. And is there any spouse benefits available? And Social Security will definitely help you out with that. So give them a call, the 800 number, and file for benefits on your own record and then also a spouse benefit if that's what you choose to do. My ex-husband died in Russia. I have no way to get death certificate. Should I even bother to try to get spousal benefits? I still work, looking to retire next year. Um, yeah, sometimes to get those foreign death certificates is, but you should be able to get it. We've gotten some from Russia, um, and if there's difficulty getting the death certificate, Social Security can use kind of a preponderance of the evidence of other types of things to prove his death. So it sounds as though he did pay into the Social Security system in the United States for at least 10 years, and you're 64. So yeah, you're eligible for survivor benefits starting 60. So you're good there. So yeah, I would go into Social Security, call them up, schedule an appointment for surviving spouse benefits, and say, "Hey, I'm having a hard time getting the death certificate, and I'm trying to think of that 20,000 pages of documents of the Palms reference. I think there is something in there for Russia. A lot of countries have resources in there to be able to find death certificates and stuff. And I think I remember it's been many many years, but I think there is a way to get it. There is a policy specifically for Russia. There is policies for every country and whether we accept those records. Some countries we don't even accept the death certificate, even if you get it, or the marriage certificate or the divorce decree, because there's so many false documents coming out of there. So in those cases, they use other proofs. Um, but I think Russia, yeah. So call Social Security and they can look at the policy and find out exactly what you need to prove. Husband passed away October 2022. Sorry about that. Um, Rib limb. Yeah, the rib limb is survivor benefits are just crazy to calculate. If your deceased spouse took benefits very very early, 62 or so, 63, then and if you file early, you can only get 71.5%. Congress decided, hey, that's not enough for a surviving spouse, so you can need once you hit 62 and a half, you can get 82.5%. It's either 71.5 or 82.5, and obviously you should take 82.5%. So Sharon, I will file for my early retirement at 62 in July. I also want to file for divorced spouse. I want to know if I don't file for ex-spousal now, can I switch to ex-spousal? You can't switch. You can add that if unless that person is divorced, so it's not a surviving. If you're a surviving spouse, then you can kind of switch from one to another. But if that person is out there still alive and kicking, then you have to file for benefits on your own record, and that will stay. And then you can file for divorced spouse benefits and get the difference. So if you're entitled to $1,000 of divorced spouse benefits, and your benefit is $400, you'll continue to get your $400 plus $600 from your ex-spouse. Let's see. Yesterday you said at 49 and 15 seconds, benefits, your retirement benefits, he gets his retirement benefits and you get, this is saying that the couple would receive 3 checks every month. Oh, okay. Okay. Yes. So if there's a couple, husband and wife, and um, the lower earning spouse files for benefits, starts their benefits, and then however much longer, months, years later, the higher earning spouse files for retirement benefits. And now the lower earning spouse is able to file a spouse claim. So that's 3 claims. So technically, yeah, you get 3 checks, but that's only because one, the spouse, the lower earning spouse, is a dual entitlement. So they kind of get 2 checks, but they only get 1 check. It comes in 1 check. But technically, behind the scenes, it's kind of 3 different checks, but it's not. So you only get 2 checks. Let's see here. I'm only 64 and a half, 65 in December. I work first Social Security check in July for June. Do I have to worry about the first year about being penalized? If you go over the annual, um, is not an issue, but you have to stay under the 1860. Social Security will start your benefits the first month you go under $1,860 and keep it under that level for the rest of the year. Part two, I was told by Social Security. Oh, please, okay, please let this sentence be positive. I have to file for ex-spousal benefits now, or I want to be able to claim it at all. Is this true? No. Ex-spousal, you have to, in order to get ex-spouse benefits, you have to, file on your own first in order to get spouse benefits. But I'm not sure why they're telling you that you have to do it now, um, unless you're full retirement age and then you're at 50%. So there's no use in waiting because it's not going to go up anymore. So if that's the case, you're full retirement age, then I would recommend taking it now, because you're already at 50%. You're not going to get any more than 50%. So if that's the case, yes. If anything else, I'm not sure why they would say you have to take it now. My husband's amount is quite a bit higher than what could I get of my own? Yeah, it really depends on how old he was and when he passed, how old you are. So um, you will get 100% of what his benefit amount was. Um, if he was receiving disability, or he filed, late and, full retirement age, even if he filed later and got delayed retirement credits, a surviving spouse can receive delayed retirement credits. So what I would recommend is call Social Security immediately, if not sooner, because if you don't, then you might be losing this month's benefit. So I would call Social Security today, set up an appointment, because your appointment won't be for another month or two. Set up an appointment, and then at that time, they will, they'll tell you how much your surviving spouse benefits will be. And then what my trick is saying, okay, that's how much my benefit is today if I start my benefits this month. If I wait until next year, how much of my benefits going to be? And that'll tell you whether there's going to be more benefits for you waiting, and then that'll give you more information so you can decide whether you do want to wait or whether you want to go ahead and start the checks now. Megan, wonderful news, Dr. Ed. Spoke with a wonderful Social Security telephone call today regarding IEDS, independently entitled divorced spouse. I won't lose my disability, and I will get a call on June 28th to find out what else I am entitled to. Yes, awesome. That is another thing. There's, what do you think, Megan? I bet you there's hundreds of millions of dollars out there sitting on the table just waiting for people to pick up, that because they're on disability, they're scared to file for independently entitled divorced spouse or spouse benefits or surviving spouse benefits because they think that will stop their disability. But it won't. If you're entitled to surviving spouse benefits, why should Social Security hold it against you that you're receiving disability? It won't. You will still continue to get your disability benefits and your Medicare, and if your surviving benefits amount is higher, then you'll just get that on top of your disability. So uh, Yeah, there's got to be hundreds of millions of dollars out there that yeah. Oh, this video today was another attempt of mine to, try to try to go viral. The thumbnail. This video is worth millions of dollars. I'm trying everything I possibly can to get the information out there, and hopefully it wasn't too clickbaitish. But it's a clickbait is when it's misleading, and this is definitely not misleading. The IEDS, the Surviving People on Disability, that's easy, hundreds of millions of dollars out there, easy, 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 easy. So that we just need to reach out to people. Social Security does a terrible job of reaching out to people. So if you're a beneficiary on a life insurance policy, are you penalized even though the funds are to go towards the final expenses, and what can be done to avoid any issues? So it really depends on what type of benefits you're receiving. If you're receiving SSI, supplemental security income, then the rules are a little bit different. But if you're receiving any other type of benefits, doesn't matter at all. So even with SSI, if it's a simple burial policy, then it shouldn't be an issue whatsoever. My favorite is the shorts and the number 1 to 4 videos. I have been watching for weeks. So much information, I got overwhelmed. Thank you for the information. For about TRICARE and Medicare yesterday. Oh, okay, medical. Okay, yeah, yeah. I've been doing the short. So this is again trying everything. I've been doing a live Q&A every day for the past 40 days, and then I'm going to start doing about 20 or 30 shorts every week, and then 1 or 2 regular videos every week. So yeah, we're trying here. So okay, I already got that. RVing with G, yes, please press the like. That's how it gets up there. Love this help. You're welcome. All right, great. Are any questions being answered, Dr. Weir? Yes, I answered all your questions there, Esther. Okay, people keep quoting my times yesterday. You said that a wife could get her own check and apply for a spousal benefit when the husband gets his Social Security check, and they would. Okay, all right, answered that one. Is my audio working? Does everybody hear me? Yay, Megan, maybe it'll be rich. I don't think it'll be rich on a Social Security benefit amount, but I'm sure it'll make Megan's life a whole lot easier, because she has made our life easier by being the Johnny on the spot with the policy references. So thank you, Megan. I appreciate it. What is the maximum income for the Medicare Part B assistance? So that's the Medicare Savings Program, and those are administered by the states. And so you have to be qualified for Medicaid. Usually it depends on the state. You're looking at about 15, 16, 17. I've seen some states give it out. People are receiving $1,800 a month. So as I say with all of these, get the information, find out, the general guidelines, and then in this particular one, apply to your, local Medicaid, call your local Medicaid, social services, Department of Welfare, whatever they call it in your state, and tell them, hey, I'm having a hard time paying my Part B penalty, my Part B, and I want that Medicare Savings Program, and I want to see if you all are able to pay my $174.70. And hopefully they will do it for you. So hit that like button. Yes, please. Okay, retirement benefits. Okay, yes, that's what I thought. So yeah, the annual earnings limit. Thanks for shout out and answer. You're welcome. If a person dies at 60 years old and has Social Security work benefits, can the family collect any of the benefits? Surviving spouse, yes. Children that are under the age of 18 or became disabled before the age of 22, yes. You answered my question, Dr. Thank you. All is good. I probably made $10,000 this year before I received my first Social Security retirement check in July for June. Yeah, so that doesn't matter. It only matters when you actually start receiving your benefits. What is your opinion on Advantage plans offered through Workplace? Mom is 80 plus and doesn't seem to feel a need to review for changes, as she feels insurance company would inform her. Thoughts? Yeah, the Medicare Advantage plans offered through like retirement type plans, those are usually pretty good. Yeah, don't think I've seen one that's better than what's out there in the market. And I think that's probably going to become even more so because, as I mentioned several times, next year is going to be a big one for Medicare Advantage because all of the massive changes in 2025. So I think Medicare Advantage plans are going to kind of deteriorate in terms of benefits and everything. So this year for 2025, when the new plans come out in October, this is the big year to check your plan. And if you don't have somebody to help you out, make sure you contact us and we'll have somebody reach out to you and help you out and give you all your options. But I mean, it doesn't hurt to check, but she's 80 years old and she's happy and and they're taking good care of her. And again, 95% of the times those plans are usually better. And the company also, if there's like any co-insurance or co-payments or something like that, usually the company, it depends on the company. Some companies are cheap. Yeah, they might cover those too. So you've got that extra benefit. Can you take spouse benefits later from when you take your own at 62? Yes. And then take spouse when you turn 67 so you get his full half, or will it still be reduced? Nope. Nope. Very good question. Yes. Whole bunch of people losing money on that one too. Yeah, you can go ahead and start your own benefits at 62 and wait to take the spouse benefits, if you're currently married, until they file. And when they file, you can file for your own benefits. But if you're, 63 or 64 at that time, then you can say, well, how much is it right now? And how much is it if I wait till my full retirement age? And they'll tell you the two different numbers and you can do your calculation and figure out whether you want to do it later. But yeah, if you wait until your full retirement age to take spouse benefits, then yeah, it'll be the full benefit amount, 50%. How much deductions are we talking about if we get early retirement? So 30% if you started at 62. So 30% off of your PIA, your primary insurance amount, which is your benefit amount at your full retirement age. I'm hoping this will be available on replay. Yes, yes, all of them. Always, always, always. So yeah, once this is recorded, the live is done, then it'll be posted and you can watch it. And most importantly, share it and all that kind of good stuff. WEP, is it going to be eliminated from the state or federal? I read an article. Yeah, another clickbait. Yeah, I've done a few videos on WEP. That's the windfall elimination provision, and it's just basically politician, appealing to their voters, and they want some more voters in their particular jurisdiction. So they say, hey, when I get to Washington, I'm going to eliminate WEP, and everybody votes for the person, and that never happens. That's been going on for 20 years. So no. I work 30 years. WEP has reduced my income. If you work 30 years and paid into FICA for 30 years, WEP does not apply. Does an ex-spouse receive the same deceased spouse benefits as a current spouse when the person passed? Yes. And there's another tons of money out there, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of people that are not receiving those benefits because what are some of the crazy things I've heard? Well, I can't receive divorce spouse benefits because my ex-spouse remarried. Doesn't matter. I can't receive divorce spouse benefits because it said in the divorce decree I couldn't get Social Security benefits. Doesn't matter. I can't get divorce spouse benefits because I got married in between, but now I'm divorced, but I got married in between, so that nullifies the first one. Doesn't matter. But hundreds of millions of dollars. Hundreds of millions of dollars. So, yeah. Was it Mr. Beast gets millions of views when he hands out a suitcase of $100,000? We yeah. Hold our beer, right, Mr. Beast? You ain't got nothing on us. 22-year-old has childhood vertebrae injury, worked at construction type work, back is greatly worse. How should they apply for SSDI? Any free help to make sure they are filing correct? Yeah, number one thing is to watch the 3 or 4 videos I did last month on disability. It gives you all kinds of tips, tricks, and secrets on filing. Yeah, so if not able to work because of disability, yes, watch those. And the trick is to do it as soon as possible. So watch those videos and then go online. I recommend online because it gives you more time. There's no pressure. Social Security employees only have about 45 minutes to an hour to take a disability claim. And sometimes you just can't do it that quickly. So online is what I recommend. John in Sandy Spring, Georgia. Once I start Medicare at not FRA at 65, the premium for Part B, N, and D, will that come out of my check pre-tax or do I get invoiced? Okay, so yeah, so your Medicare starts, and not at FRA, it starts at 65. Your FRA is probably what, 66 in 6 months or 8 months or 10 months or 67. So your Medicare, again, if you're not working, if you're working and have health insurance from work and your employer has 20 or more employees, then you don't have to sign up for Medicare at all. Okay. But okay, so in terms of Part B, Medicare Part B, that'll come out of your Social Security check if you're receiving Social Security at the time. If not, then they will bill you on a quarterly basis. Plan N and Plan D, those will usually it'll be taken directly out of your bank account. So when you sign up for a Plan N, Plan D, you have to give them your information, and they take it. Particularly Plan N, they take it right out of your bank account, whichever company you sign up with. So I mean, well, yeah, most Medicare supplement plans, they don't accept paper billing. It's almost all electronic funds transfer nowadays. Please don't forget to hit the like button. All right, got a good team here, always looking out for us. Man is like an encyclopedia of retirement information. Thank you, your time. Hey, you're welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's see here. Jessica, I'm 56 years old. I have SSI before, but they stopped because of income, and now I'm applying for spousal benefits. They denied me. I need to be 62. My husband is receiving retirement now. I am qualified for spouse. So at 56, the only thing you can get for spousal benefits is disabled widows benefits. So yeah, your husband is receiving retirement now, so you can't collect. So the soonest you can collect spousal benefits is at 62 years old. Transitioning from the workforce over to retirement is a very frightening thing to some people, me included. I just want to do this the right way. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah, I took an early retirement from Social Security because I wanted to do something different, and my retirement lasted about a week, and here I am. Is there a time limit for receiving SSI? Time limit in terms of when you start receiving it? No, if you receive SSI and you're continue to be qualified, you can receive SSI until the end. Let's see. That's what I thought. Relax. You're doing great. Thank you for dedication. Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Shorts are good. Then one or two longer videos. That sounds great. Perfect. All right. Here you fine. All right. Good deal, Megan. I realize that Social Security benefits is not a handout. I have paid into it my whole life, but since I have never been unemployed, a check coming for no work is very spooky. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Right. I agree. Oh, you mean 88. Thank you for the donation. And yeah, appreciate the support. 4.99. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. I probably didn't clarify, but my husband passed away October 2022. He is on Social Security based on his earnings via disability. I am 62 in March. Yeah, so it's you could have filed at 60, but you're 62 now, no problem whatsoever. Then call up Social Security and file for surviving spouse benefits. So surviving spouse benefits are one of the ones that you can switch. So you don't have to file for benefits on your own record. File for surviving spouse, get that money, and then you can let your benefits on your own record continue to increase. And if they ever get more than surviving spouse up until 70, they'll increase until you hit 70 years old, then jump over onto your own. But if your benefit amount never increases more than surviving spouse, then just stay on surviving spouse benefits. I just shared you on Facebook. I hope people see you and start watching. Ah, thank you. There we go. There we go. That's what I like. Um, does the 22,000 maximum include my Social Security payments or in addition? No, it does not include your Social Security payments. It doesn't include like a pension or a 401k withdrawals or inheritance or anything like that. It's only earned income. So actually only work. So it doesn't include your Social Security benefits. DD, do I get full survivor benefits when I am my full retirement age? I'm on disability now with a reduced amount. Um, so reduced amount, yeah, your disability is not reduced because you take anything early. So if you're already receiving survivor benefits, your benefits won't go up once you hit your full retirement age. If you've already started receiving survivor benefits, then that's what you'll receive. It won't go up once you hit your full retirement. If you haven't filed for survivor benefits, then the benefit amount, depending on when your ex filed and everything, could continue to all the way until you hit your full retirement age. Do you think they will eliminate tax on Social Security or increase the criteria to tax? Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, they started taxing part of the Greenspan Commission back in the early 1980s, in order to prepare for the baby boomers and all the rest of it. And so, yeah, yeah, I'm actually going to do. I've thought of. I'm going to do a video probably this week. If I was the dictator for a day, all those changes I would make. Um, would it make a difference in receiving widow's benefits if I am 64 and file now, or wait when turning 65 in a couple of months? My forwards. Yeah, every single month you wait, conceivably your benefits will go up. And again, as I mentioned with surviving spouse benefits, the calculations are really, really strange. It depends on your particular situation. But what I would do is, in terms of survivor benefits, I would call up Social Security immediately, set up an appointment, and say, okay, if I start my benefits this month, how much is it going to be? If I wait 6 months, how much is it going to be? If I wait a year, how much is it going to be? And they can do it. It's super, super easy. They just go into MCS and change the MOE. They go into the modernized claim system and change the month of entitlement. So it's super, super easy. It takes them 2 minutes, 2 seconds to do. So they'll be able to give you the new numbers. Bob, thank you. Thank you too. That Medicaid eligibility amount is too low. Yeah, it's yeah, healthcare and affordable housing. That's the big ones nowadays. Can you clarify as to what type of compensation adult children may receive as a caregiver of any elderly family member? Unfortunately, nothing from Social Security. Yeah, there might be something in your particular state, your county. Sometimes counties provide that type of help. Your city might provide that type of help. But in terms of SSI, there's nothing. Social Security disability, Social Security benefits across the board, there's nothing like that. I wish there really was, because adult children are, having a hard time taking care of their parents, and it's costing them a lot of money as a caregiver and everything. But the federal government really doesn't have anything like that through Social Security. But yeah, so definitely check out your state, local. Please share if you can. Yes. Oh, Imaginator, $20 support. Thank you very much. You have been a lifesaver. Yeah, you're a lifesaver. You're always helping out and sharing. That's how we get information out there. I think I'm doing an okay job with all the policy and stuff like that. But yeah, getting the information out there. This is what I'm dependent on y'all on. So if I get $1,500 a month and my spouse gets 2,000, if I file for spousal when he begins to draw, I would get 15 plus 1,000. No. So if you get 1,500, let's say, okay, don't go by the actual checks, because Social Security goes by your PIA, your benefit at your full retirement age. So you're looking at your checks, and yours might be reduced and his might be, delayed, might be more because of delayed retirement credits. So let's say this is your PIA. So his benefit amount is not twice yours. So there's no spouse benefits there whatsoever. So his would have to be over $3,000 for you to get anything. The only thing you could get as a spouse is if he passes away, then you could get an extra $500 because you would receive $2,000 minus your own. You wouldn't receive $3,500. This is another thing that, taking hundreds of thousands of survivor claims. When I worked at Social Security, I've had to break the news to people that they thought, oh, when my spouse dies, I will get their check. Yes. And they think that, the total coming into the house will be $3,500, right? So in this particular case, he gets 2,000, she gets 1,500. So right now they're receiving $3,500 a month. And then what people think is that when he passes away, she'll get that check. So they think that a lot of people, too many people think that they're going to, the surviving spouse is going to get $3,500, which is incorrect. The surviving spouse will continue to get $1,500 plus an extra $500 for a total of $2,000. So it'll go from $3,500 coming into the house to $2,000 coming into the house. And I've had to break the news to too many people about that. So we have to get that information out there so people can plan. Susie Q, thank you. We have TRICARE for life. Why do we have to pay for or have Medicare? Yeah, that's TRICARE for life. They mandate that you sign up for Part B, and it's just a bureaucratic government thing that TRICARE, in order to save money, they move costs, or bills over to Medicare. So, yeah. This man's information is worth a lot more than $20, but that's what I thank you. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And B, you can collect survivor benefits now, then let your own benefits increase until you're 70. Yes. All right. We've got a expert team out there. And yeah, our team here is a lot better than those people that walk around with those Social Security advisor diplomas that took 2 days training. Yeah, and causing chaos and havoc out there everywhere they go. I'm new to this and trying to learn how to navigate Social Security. I've been binge watching your videos. Thanks for all you do. That'll give you nightmares. All right. Good evening. I saw 2 attorneys referencing disability. I last applied over 10 years ago. My next step is federal district court to appeal. Are there 60-day exceptions to appeals? Yeah. So you're talking about a good cause that you received a letter that you're at the federal. So you went to Falls Church, or the appeals council. So it sounds like you were denied at the appeals council as well. And then they sent you the letter, the decision, and then you didn't act upon it within 60 days. And you're asking whether you're done. They actually give you 65 days, 5 days, kind of a playroom there. But no, you just you go ahead and do what you got to do. And the federal district court, hopefully they work as all the other levels, is that you write a little good cause letter and say, hey, I didn't get the letter about the denial, or I got it, but I got sick, or whatever the case may be. So you appeal it, and then include in there a justification why it took you longer than 60 days. And they will, when I was doing appeals like that, I approved 99.9% of them. That late good cause for late filing, no big deal. In California, we'll pay. Yes, that's right. Yes, in California, they'll pay family members for elder care. That is correct. HISS. Thank you for reminding me about that. I wish more states. I think Colorado does too, last I've heard. Yes. So if hopefully the person's in Colorado. Megan, I am applying for IEDS. Will I get more if I wait for my ex to file for Social Security? No, not at all. Because spouse benefits are based on that person's PIA, their primary insurance amount. So it doesn't matter when they receive it. And even if they, wait until they're 70 years old, you won't get those delayed retirement credits as a current spouse or as a living spouse. If that person waits till 70 and gets those delayed retirement credits, an extra 8% per year, so 24% added above and beyond their PIA, as a surviving spouse, you will get those delayed retirement credits. So, I would hope that person would say, work till you're 70. Jones, you came to the right place. Yeah, I like it. Okay. Imaginary. I applied online back in March for my benefits to start in June. My first payment will be in my bank account on July 10th. Okay. For June, it was very, very easy. It just takes time. Yes. The retirement application is pretty easy-ish online. Disability, it takes a little time, so I recommend, get your prescriptions and all that stuff. Watch my videos on that, and I go through the entire following process. Okay, thank you. Okay. I have a coworker that received $900 a month for taking care of her elderly father-in-law. He is disabled and sick. All right. What state? I wonder where they're receiving that from. Uh, yes, Deborah, this man is honest and informed. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Um, and let's see. Question are from another out of you. Are you also on YouTube? Yes, I am on YouTube. My main platform is YouTube. So if you're watching me from any place else, I'm also doing where else? I'm doing LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. I'm doing everything I possibly can to get out there to as many people as possible. All right. Why a new DDS determination for DAC benefit if already on SSI since 18? Okay, so this is called an age 18 redetermination. So if someone is on disability SSI under the age of 18, once they reach the age of 18, there are different parameters, different criteria for adults versus children. So that's why everybody, if you're on disability and you hit 18, everybody has to go through the whole rigmarole, unfortunately. So, but hopefully it's relatively a painless process because they've already got all your documentation, medical information, and all that kind of good stuff. When my husband applies for Social Security in a couple of years, can I also apply? I'm 60, he's 63. Yeah, in a couple of years, you'll be 62 and you can collect. So you'll have to file for benefits on your own record first, and then you can file for spouse benefits at that time. How do you feel about Direct Express? um, if you can get a regular bank account, direct deposit bank account, that's the best way you can do it. Some people can't because they have, credit issues and whatever the case may be. But I would check around to your bank, and because there's some banks that will even, with whatever financial history you have, they will let you open an account because this is a federal benefit. So call them up, call banks around your area and say, hey, I'm just getting a federal benefit. I'm getting a Social Security check. Can I open a bank account? And they'll let you know. Because Direct Express, the customer service is wanting. People used to come to Social Security all the time and they said, hey, Direct Express mess this up and mess that up, and I didn't get my check. And we couldn't do anything. All we could do is sit on the phone and call Direct Express and sit on the phone 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 while the person is sitting at the window because we couldn't talk to them directly. We'd have to have them. If the customer service is wanting. Can you please explain Social Security supplement? Okay, so a supplement, are we talking about supplemental security income, SSI? Or are we talking about a Medicare supplement, like a Plan G or a Plan N? The supplemental security income, SSI, I just did a video on that, the difference between SSI and SSDI. SSI is a welfare-based program. People with low income and resources that are disabled or aged, and Social Security says aged is over 65. All right. Let's see. When my husband applies for SSI in a couple of years, can I also? Okay. I already answered that one. And SSI, it's not SSI. SSI is the welfare-based program, but everybody gets that wrong. Everybody always calls Social Security SSI, and SSI is a completely different program. Imaginator, Tennessee. Oh, Tennessee. That's good information. I think I wonder if I should maybe put together a list of all the states, because caregivers, those are awesome. I know that a lot of states are called non-needy caretakers, not for a parent. Well, some states might have expanded that out. A non-needy caretaker is because a lot of grandparents are taking care of their grandkids. And so there's a lot of states that have, it's called non-needy caretaker, that even though the grandparent is not really needy, they've got their own pension and stuff like that, but they've had to take on this extra responsibility of taking care of their grandchildren. So in a lot of states, those grandparents can get money to take care of their grandchildren. So that is a good program. I've been moved from disability to retirement benefits, meaning food stamps are now $23. Yeah, so if you are on disability and hit your full retirement age, it's automatically switched to retirement benefits. And unfortunately, yeah, sometimes when well, if you were switched at your full retirement age, your benefited check will stay the same. So that really shouldn't affect your food stamps. So maybe you were on SSI and they made you take early retirement at 62 because there's more money there. If that's the case, yeah, that sounds correct. I love my Medicare Advantage plan. It's great. Yeah, a lot of people, there's over 50% of people that have Medicare Advantage plans, and a lot of people are happy with it. Uh, but I've found they're happy with it until they're not happy with it. So as long as you're healthy and stuff like that, yeah, zero premium per month, and no charge for a doctor and for your primary and gym membership, and yeah, people are very, very happy with that until they get sick, and then the insurance company gets in there and tells the doctor what to do or what not to do, and so yeah. Let's see. That would be great to know. I am in Texas, about to have to start taking care of mom. Yeah, I know. I know. I don't know. I know Texas is cheap-ish. I'm not sure about caregiver. I went to high school in Paris, Texas, so I know I know Texas is kind of cheapish. I was hoping you could explain checks for child and care for my wife. I am 55, my wife is 35, and our son is 6. Am I correct to assume he will get a check when I retire at 63? Will my wife get a check? Okay, good question. Okay, child and care benefits. So once you start receiving your benefits, retirement or disability, either one, doesn't matter. If you have a child under the age of 18 or that became disabled before the age of 22, that child can, if it's only one child, they can get 50% of your PIA, your primary insurance amount. If you also have another spouse, your spouse is not working or staying under the annual earnings limit, they can get what's called auxiliary child and care, because Social Security says they're, they're not working because they're home taking care of your child, but your child has to be under 16. So she will continue to get auxiliary child and care benefits up until he reaches 16 years old, unless there's a disability involved. So yes, yeah, once you file, you're going to file 4 claims. So you're going to file your retirement claim, and you're going to file a child claim, and you're going to file auxiliary child and care claim, and then you're also going to do a representative payee, because the child's not old enough to take care of their own benefits. So either you or her can be the representative payee for the child. So all right, we are over an hour, and so I think that'll do it for today. And I apologize for all the people I didn't ask. Let me get one person I don't recognize. Ask Pam. I don't think Ask Pam has asked a question. This might be slightly off topic. There's nothing off topic here. But is it true that you can't have a life insurance policy on SSDI? On SSDI, doesn't matter. You can have a life insurance policy, doesn't matter. On SSI, if there's a cash surrender value, that means it's a whole life policy and you've got $10,000 that you can access, then no, SSI, because SSI is a welfare-based program, and they're not going to give you a welfare benefit if you've got $10,000 sitting there. But in terms of SSDI, doesn't matter at all. All right, that'll do it for today. Y'all have an awesome night, and if I didn't